shark has pretty teeth, dear, and it shows them pearly white. Just a jackknife has old Mac Heath, dear, and it keeps it way out of sight. You know the shark bites.
I'm left to be the sugarcane. It breaks still for that little girl, and she peeks her head out once in a while, and she needs a cuddle and a reassurance and to be told she's loved and valued. But I no longer wish for another family.
You know, closer and closer and closer. Then he started to laugh. And that gave me a little bit more comfort. But let's give her a round of applause. And it is so true, isn't it, that every one of us have our stuff. Every one of us have something that we need to deal with. And sometimes it's easier for others. But I've been thinking about all of you. Wasn't that fun last night? Just to capture the moment and be able to. I was dancing with. Who was I dancing with? I can't remember. Yeah, all of us were basically dancing. Was it Gina? Is Gina here? Is Gina? Yeah, we started a boogie. Did you know that? That was a lot of fun. And we're gonna, was it 5 more minutes or 10 more minutes? We're gonna have this little gal come in with her little dog. What's that? 2 dogs. 2 dogs. They're en route, okay. So that'll be another opportunity for us to have an interesting experience there. But have you, before we get into that, have any of you had anything you'd like to share with us that has happened to you over the last couple of days? I know a lot of you have come up to me, and maybe some of you don't want to, but have you learned anything? Have you experienced anything that you'd like to share with the group about some things you might have gotten through? Anybody? Yeah? Hold on. I love this kind of stuff, because this is why we're all here. Share with us some of the thoughts you have.
Just that this whole weekend has already been more than I could have ever expected with everybody here. I have. Some I'm not sure about. There are no words to even explain this.
It's just like what Wayne used to say. Some of you would like to look in your faces. Some of your faces need looking into. Yeah. Anybody else have a thought? Yeah, I want to hear some of your feelings, because when I walk away from here, this is the last one of these things. After how many years, Tracy, have we done this now? 7 years, 8 years, whatever it is. But this is where I find the most joy.
Oh, I know that I gave you some feedback in the small group about you and your family and the situation, and it's always easier for us to see things in other people, when it's not our stuff. But the gift I got is it got me in touch with that there's some work I need to do with my own family and some forgiveness. So that's what I got out of it, giving you the feedback was my own family.
Isn't that wonderful? I mean, think about what you just said there. See, and you are, when you came up to me, I mean, your power, your words, you were hitting me, and it looks like it bounced right back to you. That's so cool. That is so cool. Anybody? Yeah, let's hear from you.
Well, that happened to me in February too. That was my first Serenity, and I've written a letter to you, so now you know what happened. But each time I've flown in here hoping I would make friends, and I have. It's been very easy. You just speak to somebody and they speak back, and next thing you know, they might want to be your Facebook friend, or they want your phone number, and you worry that nobody wants to get to know you, but that hasn't happened here.
Isn't that wonderful? New friends. Friends are friends forever. The Lord is the Lord of them. Yes, we are.
I told you yesterday how your son kind of just, I felt like he was speaking right to me, but I actually took some notes. The one that really got me was, don't let a disability define you, let it refine you. And I've thought about that a lot. And then, not a bucket list, but fill your bucket. And I've got to tell you, there are a lot of people here that have been filling my bucket through simple kindnesses, opening the door, moving a chair so I can move through on the scooter. And you've all been wonderful. I know some of you have seen me and you probably thought, uh-oh, especially yesterday when I got on the floor to stretch during the Zoom meetings. But
You know, it's like a little bit of heaven, isn't it? Have we experienced a little bit of heaven here? Yes, yes, my friend.
I was listening to you last night, song Impossible Dream, and I had the two little girls in front of me and realised that little Ava is 10 years old and she's the same age I was when I first saw you. And it just showed me that you can just touch people of all ages. And 51, 52 years down the line, I just saw you through that little girl's eyes and how special you were to her and her sister. And they knew all the words to the songs, and Ursula and Ava just stood there watching you. And it just made me realise how blessed I am and how blessed they are to have you in our lives.
So sweet. They are sweet. Are they over there? Come up, sweetheart. Come up here. When your fans start bringing their kids, then you know you passed the generation gap. I know. Oh, the kids are not bringing their parents. Yeah, I know. I mean, all of you always make an impact on my life. But this little family, were singing all the words to the songs last night. And their faces were... Will you just share with us, and I'm sorry to put you on the spot, but I just do those kind of things. Can you share with us some of your feelings about what you have felt over the last few years and hearing about the Osmonds and what it's done for you?
Well, you know, they just, like, well, it just makes me really happy, you know, when I see you and stuff, and it's crazy because when you watch somebody, like, I look at something I've been, like, for every day for over a year, so when you come in contact with, like, a real Osmond, it's kind of crazy, and I don't know.
Was there a song that you remember watching on YouTube or hearing on a record? Like, was there one song that said, wow, I like that?
We All Fall Down.
Remember that? Yeah. We all fall down. Da, da, da. Oh, that's so cool. You remember, have you ever listened to Hey Mr. Taxi? You like that one?
Of course.
Isn't that cool? I'm sorry to put you on the spot, but this little family has made such an impact on my life, and I've got some of this stuff to share with my brothers and sisters. Thank you. I just want to hold on.
Nice about yourself. Where's Donnie?
Exactly, absolutely. Where is Donnie? Yeah. Hey, you know, I want to share one thing with you too that I put out there. Maybe some of you but it is not what we do in life, it's how we do it. Remember that. It is not what you say, it's how you dang well say it. It's as simple as that. And then the last thing I say is, be careful how you act, because you will get. So, in our family situation, I've had so many disagreements with my siblings over things that, I mean, Alan and I go after each other all the time. I mean, when we were writing songs together, I said, oh, that's stupid. That's nuts. You can't do it that way. And then he'd go right back at me And at the end of the game, we refined it and we made it what it became. But nothing good ever comes easy in a relationship in life. It takes time. And be patient with those who are struggling with you. If you love them, if you care enough about them, they're going to eventually resolve it. I mean, they might, like I said, they may not feel that you care about them. But if you do, and that love is there, and it's unconditional, they'll eventually come back in the fold, you know. But I just wanted to state that because I read some posts that were going on. And some of them are still bitter. And they have absolutely no idea what's going on behind the scenes. They just don't have a clue. And that's okay. Because watch the Osmonds. We resolve our problems. We resolve our problems, if there are any. If I have a debate with somebody within my family, and I do all the time, we just give it a little bit of time. We all just simply sit down with each other and we resolve our issues. And there are no issues in our family. There are some misunderstandings, but don't we all have misunderstandings with family? So don't listen to all these people that are saying there's bitterness going on inside the Osmond family, because it's not true. Yeah.
But somebody was asking me about how we feel about pride.
Yeah.
And I think that that's really the big issue that everyone struggles with, because there's that ego that we all have. We all have an ego.
Yeah.
And we all want to have value, and we all want to feel valued.
Yeah.
But that word pride is like that double-edged sword, where you want to feel good about your achievements and what you do and about yourself. But then there's a stumbling block, that's pride, that stops you from being open and from being able to accept criticism and being able to embrace the ability that we don't know everything and we still need to be taught, and we're learning something every single day. And I think that's part of the challenge that a lot of people have, that they don't know how to just stay open and allow themselves to be taught and not feel like they're being attacked by receiving criticism or receiving input or being told to look at something from a different perspective or a different way.
Don't you agree with that? I think it's absolutely correct. You know what I have learned I've learned a lot of things, but when the person can humble themselves enough to say, I don't know anything. When you finally come to that point where you say, I just don't know anything, will you please teach me? And then watch what happens. You're then going to end up finding situations where you're going to stretch, you're going to really go places that you never thought you would. And so the person that says, I got it all figured out, be very careful. Be very careful. Because like you said, there's going to be a situation that's going to humble you. And you can go bitter or you can go better when those situations happen. Anybody else want to say anything before? Yeah.
I was just going to say one thing about families. We all have families. None of us get along with our families. We all resolve it. But what fascinates me is all the comments on Facebook where they thought, oh, the Osmonds never had a falling out. Heck, there were 9 of you. There had to be something along the way. So you're just as normal as we are.
Oh my gosh, yes. So true. So true. And again, there is no falling out in our family. We might have a little bit of a miscommunication at times, but my gosh, that's what we do as a family. Anybody else want to? Yeah. Anybody else have a thought they'd like to share? I'm coming on in. This little gal right here is more than you have any idea. We had a chance last night to have a very intimate conversation. She is going through a lot, and she needs a lot of prayer right now. But you know what? She's going to get better. You're going to have peace come into your life. I had that absolute confirmation. And she's going to experience something. When you can pray and know that the end result will happen, then that is faith beyond faith. That's almost becomes knowledge. And I think that what we experienced last night was something very, very awesome. Yes, over here. Absolutely. What would you like to say, my friend?
My cousin and I this is our first time here, but not only that, we have to admit, we don't know any of your songs. And we had somebody at the table say, well, why are you here? Well, I just saw it on the internet, and I love the Osmonds, so it's like, well, let's go and see what's going on. But what I've discovered being here is a lot of love that surprised me, and that everybody is so friendly and and your experience. And I do like your songs now, I've heard them.
And they called you what's the worst Osmond song you have ever heard? The worst. Check it out.
None of them!
Walking in the jungle, jungle tigers. What else was the worst song you ever heard? Yes. Oh, okay. Well, any other song that you hate? Long-haired love from the I love that song. That was your first song. Man, you want to hear a reaction on stage, start singing that. Everybody knows Long-haired lover from the Red Rubber Ball. Taste of honey. Taste of honey. You gotta get down to the beat. One another. I like that. That was, yeah. I'll never let you go. Why? Because I love you. I like that song. I love you. Go away, little girl.
Those backup vocals, did you guys arrange those backup?
Yeah, we did all those arrangements. Yeah. Oh, it's been a fascinating journey. So I'm going to now spend some time with another table of people. This is the group we're going to all visit with. Are we going to go somewhere, or are we going to do it right here? Let's do it right here. We'll just cuddle up. Okay. Okay, two more people. We'll go somewhere else.
They could find in a hospital situation other than a hospital bed. She I can't show you right this second, but she's been taught to come up. I grab her harness and she comes up, and that's how we get to see people like Teresa or people in beds, that sort of thing. I do the assisted living. It's hard because I do a lot of
on the sidewalk, ooh, Sunday morning, lies a body just oozing life, and somebody sneaking round the corner. Could that someone be Mac the Knife?